Hi guys, and welcome back to Sheddy's Kitchen. I'm Sheddy. Today I'm making a fish pakora, which is normally served as a starter. I'm dedicating this recipe to my niece Ishal, who absolutely loves all the food that I cook. This dish that we're making today can be eaten with coriander chutney. We have a fantastic coriander chutney recipe available in our website. I'll put it into our description for you. So are you ready? Let's get cooking. So your first stage is to marinate the fish. What we're using is cod, but any white fish will actually do for this recipe. So in order to marinate, we're going to use a mixture of lemon juice and salt. It doesn't matter how much you use when you marinate it, because we will end up washing it off prior to the making the mixture and actually frying the pakoras. But what we've done is we've used 2 teaspoons of salt, some lemon juice, and all you need to do with the lemon juice is pop your fish onto a surface, into a bowl, just pour lemon juice over it. So you sprinkle the lemon juice over, sprinkle the salt over as well, gently rub it in, turn the fish, rub it into the other side as well. So you've marinated that. We've left this fish marinating in the fridge for an hour. You don't have to have it in the fridge if you're cooking right away. If you want to make sure them flavours sink in and get absorbed really nicely, you might want to pop it into the fridge overnight and then come back, cover it with cling film, come back to it, and then that's ready to go. Once that has been marinated, what you then next do with the fish is pop it into a sieve, give it a nice wash over, make sure that the fish is completely drained. We do need to make sure it's completely drained prior to moving on to the next process, which is actually the frying process that we'll show you next in the video. We're using 1 kilo of fish over here, and then we'll move on next now and show you what you need to do in terms of frying. You need to chop the fish into smaller chunks like this that will require a bit of the frying. We'll move on to that stage next. So the first thing we're going to do here is make sure we initially fry this marinated fish, and we've got some oil over here to fry it in. Make sure you've got this oil over a high heat. If you're worried about checking when this oil is ready, you just need to get a tiny bit of batter and pop it into the oil, and it will rise straight back to the top. But you generally get an idea on that case. It has to be on a high heat. We're only going to fry these for approximately a minute or so, just to make sure that the cook's very slightly through and they begin to flake, which you'll see. So I'll pop that into there and show you that frying away. I'm just moving away because the bubbles are oil splashing out the pan. It can quite sting you quite badly. That's alright now, just initially. Okay, I'm just going to turn them now so the other side can get fried very slightly. I'll bring it and turn in the oil. Okay, that's fried enough now. I'm just going to remove them and let them drain, just drain away slightly. What we are going to do with that fried fish next is, once it's cooled down, break them into little flakes, remove any bones or anything like that are present in there, and we're going to go on to the mixing, making the mixture and the process to make the fish pakora mixture. So now that we've fried the fish slightly, what we've done over here is we've broken them into flakes, as you can see, and we've removed any bones that were in the fish itself. You don't want them popping in there. It's quite easy to spot them once you've actually broken these down. And to this fish, what we're going to add is 200 grams of chopped onions, which I'll just pop into there. A handful of chopped mint leaves, just a handful, there's no weight on that one. Just take and make sure you grab it. It's just the leaves that you require here, so you just chop them down. 2 green chilies, which we've finely chopped as well. $25 grams of fresh chopped coriander. Make sure you give that a nice wash and then let it drain before popping in. Just get all of that. Two teaspoons of pomegranate seeds. Now you get pomegranate seeds directly in boxes, so you're not actually, you literally pop into a supermarket and you should be able to get pomegranate seeds directly. If you can't get them from a supermarket, you can go directly into any South Asian wholesale store or superstore, and they tend to have these there. You just need to ask for the pomegranate seeds. So just 2 teaspoons of the pomegranate seeds in there. Half a teaspoon of red chili powder. A teaspoon of cooking salt as well. I know we've marinated the fish in salt already, so if you don't want to add more salt, that's not an issue, but we're adding a teaspoon more in there because some of it has been washed off. One teaspoon of dry coriander powder, a teaspoon of red chili flakes as well, and what we're going to add to that is half a teaspoon of ajwain. And ajwain is known as Karam bishop's weed, but ajwain is the name that's actually on the packs themselves when you get it. So if you go in and get some ajwain, it could be spelt slightly differently, but as long as you say ajwain, that's what you need. So half a teaspoon of that, the Karam bishop weed. To that we're going to add some gram flour, which is known as besan. And what we're adding in terms of the gram flour, we're initially adding 150 grams of that, just to see what the mixture's like, and you will need a dash of water, not a huge amount, just to allow that to mix in, and I'll mix that with my hands. If I need more gram flour, I will add more, but initially I'm adding 150 grams, and I'll make a decision based on the mixture to whether we require more or not. We'll see. So 150 grams have been added, and to that I'm going to add just a dash of water. So I'm just going to get a tiny, not a huge amount, looking at it no more than about something like 10 to 15 mils. You don't need to really measure that. A tiny little amount of water in there so that we can mix it together. We'll keep an eye on this mixture, and then we're going to get stuck in and start giving this a nice mix. There's some water from the fish in there already, just introducing a bit more so we can get this mixed together. Make sure it's nice and uniformly mixed. So it's still a bit sticky in here and getting some onto my hands. I'm going to add a tiny bit more water to this. Just a little dash of water in there. Give that a mix again. I can see a bit of the gram flour at the bottom of the bowl that's not mixed in, so that's usually a good indicator over here that you do need a bit more water. We don't want too much water because we want to make sure that the mixture or anything that may mix together in here sticks together, certainly before frying. You don't want it to separate out in the oil. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more water to that now, just one last dash, and we should hopefully be ready with this. We've not had to add in any more gram flour. We're fine with the 150 grams we initially added. That mixture's a lot better now, starting to still sticking together nicely, but you can see it's not sticking too badly onto my fingers now. I think that'll be ready to go. Okay, and now we are ready to start frying. Now it's time to get ready for the final process, which is frying the mixture. What we've done is pop these the mixture into tiny little balls over here. Nothing too large because it will stay uncooked on the inside. So tiny little balls over there. You can see the size of a golf ball. We've got the oil and we've popped that onto a medium heat. You don't want it on a high heat because you'll see what will happen to the actual batter. It'll burn very quickly and it won't cook very well on the inside. So make sure you're on a medium heat with the oil. We're using sunflower oil over here. So I'm going to pop them in there. It'll approximately be 2.5 minutes, but I'll give the exact time we've done it for. That will vary depending on the oil you use, and you can judge it from there. But around about 2.5 minute mark you're looking at here in terms of frying these. So we'll pop these in now. Now I'll put them all in, I'll knock on the timer, and we're going to give them approximately 2.5 minutes. We'll see. Do turn them midway so that they can get brown on either side. So it's been about halfway now. We've just gone to about 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I'm just going to gently turn these. You alright? There we go. Spread them out slightly. Let's have a quick look at them. That's been about 2 minutes 20 seconds, or 2.5 minutes is about right there. I'm going to remove them now. They're really well made. You can see they're browned nicely. So just take them out, make sure you just drain them slightly like that. Put them into a drainer. We're just using a sieve to just allow them to drain. And there you go. That is done. How moreish do these look? They smell absolutely amazing. Time to get the seal of approval from my parents. Seal of approval met. For many more of my recipes, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and I will see you soon.